Hey, third grade, it's Miss Keeler. As you know, we got lots of snow over the night last night, so we're having an e-learning day today. We are going to review some perimeter and area, and then we're going to learn all about volume, which you should have already watched a video and answered a discussion question about volume, but we're really going to break it down and figure out different ways to solve volume problems. Throughout this video, you may need to pause the video and try the sample problem, and then resume the video. All right, third grade, the first of our three fantastic formulas that we're going to look at is perimeter. And remember that perimeter is the distance around the outside of the shape. So to find out what the perimeter is, I'm going to add up all of our sides. So I have 5 here and 5 here. I know that's 10, plus 5 more is 15, and 5 more, that's 20. So my side plus my side plus my side plus my side is going to give me my total perimeter. So my answer is 20, and then the units that they're using is inches. So my distance around the outside of this square, or the perimeter of the square, is 20 inches. All right, third grade, so the formula that we used on the square before is only going to work for a square or a rectangle. Sometimes we have shapes that are more than 5 sides, and so then we're just going to add up all of these around the outside of this shape, and that will give us our perimeter. But before I can even start adding those up, I have to figure out, I noticed that the length of this side's missing. Well, in order, based on what I know from all of my geometric shapes, that this is going to, plus this is going to be equal to the length of this. So the length of this side is going to be 9. And then same thing over here. This side plus this side, that's also 6 plus 3 is 9. So the side over here is also 9. So now I'm going to add 9 plus 9, and I'm going to get 18, plus 6 is 24, plus 4 more is 28, plus 3 more is 31, plus 5 is a total of 36. I just added all of these up around the outside. That's all I did. I made my way around the outside of this shape, and I made sure that I added all of these numbers up. So really, if I was writing it out, it would say 9 plus 9 plus 6 plus 4 plus 3 plus 5, and then my total answer would be 36. So I'm not given any form of measurement unit. It's not labeled at all. So it's just going to be 36 units. That's going to be my label for this problem. All right, so now we're going to focus on the area or the inside space of a two-dimensional object. There's a formula for that again, which is the length times the width. But what happens if you have a shape that's bigger than that, your formula isn't going to quite be the same. You might have to break that shape up. But if you have a shape with 4 sides, the area is going to, again, be the length times the width. So my length is 3. I'm going to multiply that by 2. So 3 times 2, that's 6 units. And then squared is how we labeled that. All right, third grade. So I'm going to use this same shape that we used to find the perimeter of shape. But this time I'm going to find the area of the shape. And sometimes when I have a shape like this, it would just be easiest to break it into 2 smaller shapes so that we can use our equation length times width. So if I'm going to find the area of this small shape up here, I'm going to take 9, which is my length, times 6, which is my width. And I'm going to get a total of 54. Then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to take 5 times 3, which is equal to 15. I'm not quite finished. To find the area, I'm going to have to take 54 and add it to 15. So my total area of this shape is going to be 60 9 units squared. That's giving me my total area of this shape right here. All right, so we just finished figuring out the area of a figure and the perimeter of a figure. So now we're going to look at volume. And you might think that it's as easy as just counting the cubes. Well, if I just count the cubes that I see, there's a whole bunch of cubes behind these cubes right here that I'm going to miss. So there's actually an equation, a third equation, that we can use when we are finding the volume of a cube or a rectangular prism. For this third equation, we're going to take the length, and that is right across the front here, times the width, which is how many deep it is, times the height, which is how tall it is. So I'm looking at this figure. I have 1, 2, 3 for my width, and 1, 2 for my width, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 for my height. So if I take my length, which is 3, times my width, which is 2, times my height, which is 4, I'm going to get an answer of 24 meters cubed. Okay, so try this one on your own, and then we're going to go over the answer together. If I'm looking at this, I have 1, 2, 3 across the front. So my length is 3. And then I have 1, 2, 3 across the side. So I'm going to say 3 times 3. And then I have 1, 2, 3, and 4 across the top. So I know that 3 times 3 is 9. And then I can do 9 times 4, which is equal to 36 units cubed. Or sometimes we say cubic units. All right, third grade, this is our very last problem of the video. So we're going to look at this one. And sometimes when you're dealing with volume, you might also need to split the shape up in order to help you solve and figure out what it is. So I noticed that this right here, this shape, this cube, I could find the volume of that. So it would be 3, and looks like there's 3 deep. So 3 times 3 times 3. And 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 more is 27. But I'm not done because I have these shapes up here also. So I'm going to look, and I could just count them. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So 27 plus my 6 is going to give me, I'm going to write my answer over here since I'm running out of room on that side. But 27 plus 6 is going to give me 33 cubic units. You have all done a great job. You are going to answer a few quiz questions and just practice using your skills that you have worked on today. Enjoy the rest of your snow day.